Piece chapter 1059 dropped in. The only thing I say is Oda dropped two 10 out of 10 chapters back to back, and I hope this roll keeps on going. And there's so much I want to talk about, but before the video starts, I just want to take a second and say subscribe. It takes literally a second, and 90% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed, so just subscribe and join the family. Now to the video. First thing that happens inside the chapter, we see Marco flying back to Sphinx and runs into Shanks' crew. And Shanks' crew tells Marco, hey, when you gonna start playing Marco and join up with us? And Marco basically says, hey, I'm way too old for this pirate life, and you guys are already established and legendary pirates. You guys really don't need me. But we all know that Marco will be in the series probably until the end, so never say never. And I think that'd be cool if Marco joins either Luffy's crew or Shanks' crew. I think Marco belongs somewhere, or maybe he just wants to chill out and doesn't want to join anywhere, but never say never with that scenario happening. Then we jump to Yamato and Luffy's conversation. It's a little flashback about Yamato joining the crew, and this gives us more info about that conversation. And basically Yamato was saying when Rainbow came, she realized before he got pushed out with Shanks' hockey that more people will come because Kaido's not here anymore. So more people will come and try to mess with Wano, which makes sense because Rainbow even said it when he got there, that since Kaido's not there anymore, more people will come because Kaido's actually protecting you guys in a kind of messed up way. If we think about it, even though like the stuff Kaido did, he was actually in a way making sure that nobody would ever do anything because people were too scared to even go to Wano because of Kaido. So they always had protection because of Kaido in a messed up way. And then so Luffy and Yamato make an agreement that Yamato will stay there to protect everybody, because let's be real, there's nobody as strong as Yamato at all inside of Wano. Yamato is probably leagues ahead of the whole island that's there. Then we go to the Amazon Lily, and what happens there, it jumps right from where we see Kobe having to capture Boa, and the Marines are there too. And we see a little girl with wings and a flame. And I'm reading it, I'm like, is that a Narian child? And she has a little star for her pupil. She's shooting like blasts from her hands and destroying the island. I'm like, what is going on here? And then we see a little boy pull up with, and he has a sword, and he clashes with BlackBeard because BlackBeard pulls up too with the Marines because he's here for something in particular. I'll talk about that in a second, but I want to give this little segment to the Lunarian kids. There's two Lunarian kids running around, but BlackBeard said they are pacifista. They are made for the Marines to take the place of warlords, and I'll get more into that with the big surprise at the end. But they're here to take the places of warlords. Just keep that in mind. I'm gonna talk about BlackBeard and Boa real quick. BlackBeard comes, and BlackBeard is there to take Boa's devil fruit. So I remember chapters back when we see BlackBeard saying that the Marines have something that they're not using. I don't think he's talking about Boa's devil fruit, or maybe he could be, or if he's talking about these new Lunarian kids running around. But whatever he's talking about, BlackBeard has something schemed for Boa's power, and I still don't understand why he needs Boa's power, because Boa's devil fruit turns people into stone who find her attractive or lust over her. And Boa even was confused too when BlackBeard gets a hand on her, and she's like, why do you need my power? My power is so good because it's on me. Because, like, let's be real, have you seen me? Like, every man wants me. So I don't know what BlackBeard wants with her power. Does BlackBeard know something that she doesn't know about her own power? I don't know why he needs Boa's power. So then we see Kobe trying to break it up, and Kobe's not really doing anything. He's just watching Blackbeard about to take Boa's power away. And we see Rayleigh pull up looking like Jesus, having his Shanks moment. I like Marineford where he just tells, he's like, hey, everybody stop. And everybody's in shock and everybody stops. And he tells Boa to release everybody that she turned to stone, and he's gonna de-escalate the whole situation. And something interesting that I know people will be talking about is Rayleigh says that he got lucky because Rayleigh can't beat Blackbeard now with the way he is and how old he's getting, which I know people are gonna go crazy about this, but it makes sense. Like, bro, everybody from Roger's era is getting old, and this new generation is no joke. Because yeah, I would put Blackbeard inside the new generation. These characters are evolving and just becoming crazy while the rest of them are being old. Like, I remember when people used to argue that, oh, if Sengoku let Garp go, Garp would have destroyed Akainu for killing Ace. And that is not true at all. Akainu would have destroyed Blackbeard because, I mean, Akainu would have destroyed Garp because Garp is just getting too old for that. Like, he's not the same as he was in his prime. Prime Garp would, of course, destroy Akainu, but right now, no, that's not happening. Then, remember how I said that the Marines were really trying to take these kids and replace the warlords? Literally see a panel of the Pacifista literally looks exactly like Boa. It's the kid version of Boa, but kind of like a Lunarian body, and it is really, really crazy. So I guess they weren't playing when they said they're actually trying to like replace the warlords. I don't know what the Marines have in plan. Like, what's the point of replacing the warlords? Why don't you just use these creations for something else? But we'll see what they're gonna do. If the Marines could finally bounce back, they've been taking L after L after L. And the end of the chapter, the biggest cliffhanger is that we see Kobe got kidnapped by Blackbeard. And I'm still trying to put my head around it. Why does Blackbeard need Kobe? My first thought was like, oh, he might be trying to do that to learn Shanks. But I'm like, Shanks and Kobe don't really have a relationship. If he's gonna learn anybody, it would be Luffy. So is Blackbeard trying to learn Luffy? Does Blackbeard know? Well, Blackbeard definitely knows about Joy Boy and everything with Luffy, but why does he need Kobe is what I'm still trying to figure out. But this chapter was 100% a 10 out of 10 from beginning to end. There's so much to happen and so many cliffhangers and everything that happens. It's just insane. Oda is on fire. This final saga is really just been a 10 out of 10 so far, and I'm so happy to be a One Piece fan right now. And there's no break next week, so we're getting back-to-back chapters. Hope 1060 is going to be just as good. Let me know what you guys think about this chapter